Now at 10, a death investigation in Joplin. What we know as authorities look for a cause. Plus, the city of Granby, Missouri looks to voters to pass an $11 million bond, and how a Southwest Missouri college hopes to address the shortage of occupational therapists.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Kansas Bureau of Investigation identifies the remains of a body found in Wilson County. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The body is identified as that of 43-year-old Stephanie Willard of Fredonia. Her remains were discovered by hunters last Thursday in a pasture in a rural area near Decatur Road, south of Coyville. The KBI asked anyone who had contact with Willard in the last 3 weeks to contact them or the Wilson County Sheriff's Office. Police investigate the deaths of 2 people found today in a Joplin home. Police tape surrounds the home in the East Town neighborhood. Investigators say the 2 adults found dead inside lived at the home. They're identified as 24-year-old Savannah Bell and 44-year-old Jason Schaffler. Police this morning received a request for a wellness check at the home at 1403 East Broadway. They say after a further investigation, officers forced their way into the home and found the 2 bodies. But police say they're still trying to determine what happened and when. Police Captain William Davis tells us an autopsy will be conducted tomorrow. Davis says he believes this is an isolated case and there is no threat to the public. However, the investigation continues. Police in St. Robert, Missouri tonight are investigating a shooting that left 2 people dead. It started as a call of a car crash in the parking lot of a beauty salon, but it has now turned into a homicide investigation. Police won't say much about who the victims are, just that it's a 29-year-old man from Fort Leonard Wood and a 33-year-old woman who worked at the salon. The police chief says their bodies were found behind the salon. There was another employee in the salon who was not hurt. Today, family and friends gathered to mourn the deaths.
Great mom. She loved her kids. She'd do anything for her kids. I literally just went on her Facebook and seen a post about it she made yesterday about her kids. So it's just like to see that and then wake up the next morning and she's gone is heartbreaking. And to imagine what her kids are going through, that's even worse.
Now, no one would confirm if the dead man in this case was in the military, but the Army CID, or Criminal Investigation Division, was out there today working with St. Robert Police on this case. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a mild and windy day for us today. We had winds gusting 30 to 40 most of the day. Look at our high, 76. We had a warm front that rolled through, so we started around midnight into lower 50s and then rose through the night. We were sitting into the 60s by daybreak. All right, we have a lot of clouds. Let's look underneath them. Not much going on. We're going to stay mainly dry as we go through the overnight hours, but here's our developing storm system out to the west, and this is going to give us a lot of showers and thunderstorms as we go through the next couple days. Already the cold front draped in our northern counties, but you can see most of us upper 60s to lower 70s. We're not going to drop off much during the overnight hours. These southerly winds will keep our temperatures up, but again, we're going to have gusts at times pushing 40 as we go through the overnight hours. All right, we're going to break down who's going to get all the thunderstorms here in just a bit.
Catch you then. City of Granby, Missouri is looking to pass an $11 million bond. It's to extend and improve the waterworks and sewer system. The money would pay for land and rights of way, the cost of operation and maintenance, and interest on the bond. The city says it would not affect the tax at all, as it's going to sell bonds and will be paid back on the rate increase of the city's water.
It's a project that nobody likes to do, but it's essential that if you're going to continue as a city and continue to grow, you have to have an efficient water system.
Mayor says if the issue does not pass in the April election, they'll try to fix the system without the money, but he says they'd be worried that would increase the bond price in the future. Voters in Goodman, Missouri will decide a tax proposal on April 4th. The proposition for public safety would add a 1% general sales tax to help fund law enforcement, equipment, and maintenance. They also hope to add a new officer. The city is also looking to repave all of the city's roads. The city will take out a $750,000 loan and use the city's mass transportation tax revenue to pay it back.
we can have all of Goodman paved at once and be very comfortable, set and pretty. We're not going to take away from anything because this money that we're getting can only be spent on the streets anyways. So we're not taking from another department, we're not taking away from the city in any way. We're improving it and going to be saving a bunch of money.
The repaving will be around 6 miles total of roads and is expected to begin on July 1st. The travel industry is booming with a number of eager travelers despite economic uncertainties about inflation and gas prices and more. However, Joplin travel agents tell us travelers might experience more layovers and other delays due to a worker shortage.
I think people are, kind of cooped up from the pandemic, and they're ready to get out and ready to explore the world. We've seen a huge influx in travel this year. We're about at 94% back to pre-pandemic levels.
Agents believe time will help with that worker shortage. It is a time of financial uncertainty for many in the 4 states and all across the nation. Some people might have questions about refinancing their home during these times. Well, Arvest Bank is offering tips for people who might have questions or just want to learn how to go about refinancing. They say rates have been changing through the years.
As you know, in the last year or two, rates have done nothing but get higher. I mean, you're going to have a lot of people who bought their homes. They're going to be around 2.25. Obviously, they're going to be a lot less than where they are now. Rates have gone up drastically in the last, couple of years. So you're going to have some people that are sitting on such a low rate that it does make a big difference.
Refinancing rates vary from person to person because those rates are determined by credit score and debt to income ratio. Still ahead, a Southwest Missouri college makes a big announcement to address the occupational therapist shortage. Plus, in Pitt State, students make it to the Final Four, but it has nothing to do with basketball. The healthcare industry is among Missouri's biggest employers, but there is still a major workforce shortage. That includes in the field of occupational therapy, a field that helps people get back to their jobs. Reporter Joe Hickman has a look at the way Cox College in Springfield is addressing the OT shortage.
And then just do what you normally do at home. So go ahead and grab the handles, and 1, 2, 3, we're gonna stand.
Doing something as simple as brushing your teeth is a task many of us take for granted. But here at Cox College, students are training to get a Master of Science in Occupational Therapy so they can go out and help people in recovery with their physical, psychological, and sensory skills to return to their daily lives. The patients could be anywhere from a newborn to someone in their final stages of life. So it takes a caring, patient kind of person to take on the challenge.
The opportunity to work with patients from babies up until that death and dying hospice area of developmental age of life, I think really spoke to me.
Occupational therapists often meet families and individuals on their very worst day, not their very best day. And an OT can help partner with someone who's had a chronic illness, who has a developmental delay, or who has chronic pain or trauma that they didn't expect. No one plans for that.
Located in the shadows of Cox North Hospital, Cox College started as the Burge Training School for Nurses in 1907, but now offers other health-related programs that all could use more employees.
Certainly we all know that nursing is by far the largest shortage, but we look at shortages across the board. Are our classes filled? Yes, but can we take more students? Absolutely.
And that's why, starting in May, Cox College will be adding a doctorate degree to its occupational therapy program, as after 116 years of education,
it's our first doctoral degree.
And those with 90 credit hours can still apply for the highest type of college academic degree that brings with it more responsibilities in today's ever-changing healthcare world.
They will be part of the solution for expanding healthcare access, to be innovative, to find solutions to the complexity of the healthcare problems that exist today, and to provide access to therapies that might not exist or be accessible for clients currently.
Applications are now open for the program's inaugural class. You can learn more about Cox College's occupational therapy doctorate program at coxcollege.edu. It's March Madness, and one local university made it to the Final Four, but No, not in basketball, but academically. It's for Pitt State's Mechanical Contractors Association of America chapter. It's a mouthful. It's part of the School of Construction. The Pitt State group was one of 22 chapters to submit a proposal for a national energy project last fall, and the school has now advanced to the final four of that competition. Sometimes it's more than just about competing.
This project will help us in our career just by getting our names out there. We're going to go and present in front of a bunch of different industries, professionals that will see us and see how well we did on this project, and we'll get offers that way.
The Final Four competition will be in Phoenix, Arizona. Dance moves change with time, but some dance moves, they stick around for decades, even in some cases centuries. Students with Professor Janice Jewett's dance appreciation class at Pitt State took a trip back in time to learn some dance moves from the late 1800s to early 1900s. The dances came from many different cultures.
Dance is a part of someone's culture. At a wedding, celebration, this is a way for them to come together and pass down generation. Polka is a great example of something that was brought over and continues to this day.
Next week, the students will take a tour of Immigrant Park downtown and will perform dances at the Pritchett Pavilion. A little later, a school shooting in Colorado leaves 2 injured. Details as authorities search for the suspect.
Plus, we have thunderstorms increasing for us tomorrow. Those details coming up. Well, of course, a warm and windy day for us today. Winds gusting 20 to 30, actually 30 to 40 through a good chunk of the day. A lot of clouds during the afternoon, but overall it's a nice spring day. It's a nice spring night. Temperatures are still mild. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, look at the past 36 hours. Yesterday, we hung out into the 40s. Today, we shot all the way up into the mid to upper 70s of 4 highs, but we got a front from Lake of the Ozarks, Fort Scott, just north of Wichita, back toward Dodge. Look at the contrast. It's 53 in Kansas City. It's 73 in Joplin. This front's going to slowly slide in tomorrow, and that's what's going to fire off those showers and thunderstorms as we get into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. But look at this. It's 72 at 10:17 at night. South winds at about 15 to 25. We're going to have gusts still all night long. 30, 35, upwards to 40. All right, a lot of clouds, nothing underneath them. Storm system, you can see our jet stream picking up back to our southwest. Here is our storm system that is going to be rotating in. And look at our rain chances really going up. So they really pop up early afternoon, late afternoon, into the evening, and then stick around all night long as we have periods of showers and thunderstorms. This is not a huge severe weather maker. It is going to drop some large hail, southern Oklahoma, down through central parts of Texas. Not much in the way of tornadic activity. We could get a few strong storms, maybe a low-grade severe storm, but I think the bigger threat for us is going to be heavy amounts of rain along and south of the I-44 corridor, mainly from 4 p.m. until midnight. So that's going to be the main threat. We could get some very small hail as well south of I-44. All right, let's go through time. Here's the front in the morning. It drops to the I-44 corridor by noon, a few random showers. It drops into our southern counties by evening. So most of us are on the north side of the front, meaning the more stable side of the front. So the strongest storms would line up from Delaware, Benton, McDonald, Berry counties. That's where there's really going to be a severe threat. You can see the storms like to hang out along the front. Showers, thunderstorms, periods of storms through the night, mainly along and south of the I-44 corridor. Periods of thunderstorms continue to roll through tomorrow night into Friday morning. I think by Friday morning the heaviest rain is out of here, and then we just kind of settle into periods of showers all day long. On Friday it's cool, it's sitting into the 50s, and then finally the storm system rotates out of here by the time we head into Friday night. All right, let's look at your Thursday. We start the day, we're not going to drop more than maybe 2 or 3 degrees. So we hang into the 60s. And then in the afternoon, here comes the front. We drop to 60, we drop to 55, we drop to 54 by 7 p.m. Heaviest rain again. Where we need it, southeastern Kansas. This is the pattern. You guys just don't get much in the way of rainfall in this pattern. It's mainly along and south of I-44. I would say the Metro 1.5 inches, Pittsburgh about an inch, down toward Neosho 1 to 2. Once you get down toward Pineville, 2 to 3 inches, and that's where there could be some flash flooding. So alert days for that. 69 tomorrow, 56 Friday. Most of the weekend looks good, a couple showers. Rain back in late Monday and Tuesday. Next severe threat is next Thursday and Friday.
But boy, by then, a lot of areas will have gotten a lot of rain.
Yeah, especially southern counties.
Thanks, Todd. It's a waiting game for Donald Trump and various law enforcement agencies who are bracing for protests. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the grand jury considering whether to indict former President Trump was told to stay home. The grand jury is looking into allegations Trump may have falsified records to hide campaign finance violations in connection with a 2016 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump, who is running for president in 2024, says the entire investigation is politically motivated. A suspect is identified following a school shooting in Denver. That shooting left 2 faculty members wounded. Authorities are looking for 17-year-old Austin Lyle, who left the scene of that shooting at Denver East High. The mayor says one victim was rushed to the hospital and is in critical condition. The other victim is in stable condition. Still ahead, a former Webb City High School standout finds a new home in the NFL. And Missouri Southern softball prepares for a matchup with the defending national champions. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more coming up.
The Missouri Southern Lions continue to climb in the national rankings this week. The Lions have cracked the top 10 in the country, moving up to number 7 in the latest NCBWA poll released today. Southern is on the field this afternoon for a non-conference game against the Missouri S&T, looking for their 11th win in 13 games. The Lions take care of business in a blowout today, 14-5. Chayton Beck goes 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. Southern actually had 5 players today with 2 RBIs each. The Neosho Wildcats host the Roy B. Shaver Classic this week. The tournament features 8 Southwest Missouri teams playing over the next few days, with the championship game scheduled for Saturday. The tournament host Wildcats play their first game this afternoon against Reed Spring. Now in the first inning, Austin Rodriguez up for Neosho. High and deep to left. I thought he hit it out, but it goes off the fence and left. That brings Wyatt Shadwick home. RBI double for Rodriguez. Wildcats go up 2-0 after 1. And to the 4th inning now, they're adding to the lead. Eli Czar through the left side. River Brill trots in from third. Neosho gets 5 in the inning to take control of the game. On the mound, Quentin Hughes. Good all day for Neosho. Strikeout there. He throws the whole game, and Reed Spring only manages 1 run. He also got some help from the defense on the fly out there to right. Wyatt Shadwick, beautiful diving grab. Neosho ends this one in 5 innings today to take their tournament opener over Reed Spring 11-1. On their second game of the day, another early finish for Neosho. They beat Hillcrest 10-0 in 6 innings. Carter Finsky, check it out, throws a no-hitter for the Wildcats, racking up 14 strikeouts. Eli Czar gets a 2-run homer. Neosho is back on the field at noon on Friday against Diamond. Well, this weekend is a big weekend for Missouri Southern softball. The Lions host a doubleheader against Northeastern State on Saturday before facing the defending national champion Rogers State for 2 more on Sunday. Southern has been one of the best in the league so far. The Lions are 18-7 overall and 3-1 against MIAA opponents. Now they're getting big-time contributions across the board, including senior Leighton Withers. She leads the team and is 2nd in the MIAA with 32 RBIs. And she already has 9 homers this season after totaling 8 last year.
Nothing changed. She's been able to play an entire season this year. Last year it got cut half short, and this has been in her the entire time. It's just right now she's healthy enough to play ball, and she's having a lot of success. I'm really proud of her.
It's really exciting. You know, last season got cut short. I got mono. I didn't get to play the last month and a half, and so I think that anticipation, all off season, I just had season in mind, working, fine tuning things, and Coach B is a great hitting coach. Also, that doesn't hurt things, and just having confidence. My teammates have confidence in me, and it feels good.
Former Webb City High School standout Tristan Colon Castillo has a new home in the NFL, signing with the New York Jets. He spent the first 3 years of his career with the Ravens, appearing in 20 games and making 4 starts. He was an All-State player for Webb City in 2015, and I had a chance to talk to him today about signing with New York. You can check out the story on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. He's one of my favorite kids that I've covered in my time here, and I certainly look forward to seeing what he does in New York.
Yeah, we wish him well for sure. New record in the music industry. That's next. The Weeknd, the singer, not Saturday and Sunday, is revealed to be the world's most popular artist, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. And our producer, Zach Dobbs, the 33-year-old singer was the first artist to reach 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He set the record for most monthly listeners on Spotify with more than 111 million people playing his music. But that's not all. The Weeknd's 2020 track Blinding Lights is the most streamed on Spotify of all time. It's also the longest charting song on the Billboard Hot 100 of all time, 90 weeks on the chart. Other hit songs of his include Can't Feel My Face, The Hills, and Save Your Tears. And producer Zach Dobbs, who put this story in the newscast, certainly can tell you that The Weeknd is the GOAT.
I don't listen to it like a lot of new modern music, as you guys know, but I would have put all my money on Drake. I just thought that would be an easy choice.
Yeah,
He's fine.
he's fine.
I mean, I like a couple of his songs. He's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. The weather, not so fine.
No, thunderstorms back into the region late tomorrow. Heavy amounts of rain through the overnight hours.
Quick sports note.
We'll have a season preview for Columbus High School baseball right here tomorrow night.
Morning show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.